Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, king of Comic Town.
Did you have to snap? Did you have to
snap? Scrotus.
All the things, if you guys could just be in the room while we're recording or we're getting ready to record, you would know so much about us. You might not like us, or you might be our best friends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true, yeah. Either you would never watch again,
50-50.
or you'd have like a tattoo of us on your body somewhere.
Somewhere visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you lick it sometimes. I'm just letting you know.
As one would.
So, we were talking before about the new phase of Marvel. I mean, because it's getting ready to end.
Yeah,
we've got
that's the thing is it's almost
over. It's almost over. So, with the latest project, She-Hulk wrapping up, what'd you think?
I loved it. It was. I could see where people would feel it was too meta.
Sure,
like I get that because it was like
it got super meta,
like. But
meta.
It fit the whole show.
It kind of
there was nothing reverent about the show.
Yeah,
and it was intentionally intelligent.
Right.
I don't know if that's
no. I like that. I actually had a buddy that said I was big braining because I have this habit of sometimes I'll fill in the gaps of something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't understand why she lost her apartment. I was like, because she went hulked out, and they were like, you're a menace and you can't live here. And he's like, if they just said that would make sense. And I'm like, I mean,
they did.
That's what I thought.
Because they mentioned that her neighbors were complaining
that she was
on TV saying
that she was
they didn't feel safe living there.
Exactly. Yeah. So and then once she goes all Hulk out, then now that's grounds to kick her out. But I digress. They didn't directly overtly go, and this is why she has to leave. So I enjoyed it though. I thought it was a lot of fun. Nothing was better than watching it with my family. Like I said, when that thing happens, because I don't want to spoil because we don't do that here. But when that thing happens and they freaked out and they're like, "Oh my god!" I had already watched it.
Yeah, and you're like, "Yes, yes."
Just wait till you get the joke. Woohoo!
Yeah,
it was good.
Biggest joke from that episode that was Scar's hairline. Like I can't. Like poor dude.
It starts back here. Like he salutes from the neck.
Oh,
it's
so
like, yes, sir. That was bad. I hope whatever story that they have in mind for that, I hope it's worth it. Hope?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. That's all I got. This week, though, we've got another superhero movie that's dropping, Black Adam, which is a lot of fun. Thank you for all the shares. I'm hosting a premiere private exclusive experience of it this weekend. So there's some folks that have bought some tickets.
Nice.
And they're getting some comics, and they're getting all kinds of good stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna tell this here, but those people that get to go to the Black Adam screening exclusively get first dibs on me hosting a screening of Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. Yes. So
that's awesome.
If you're there, you will get the opportunity to be first dibs on that limited screening as well. So maybe I will share that with you guys next week.
So scroll down. There'll be a link there.
Yeah.
Click the link.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some comics that we read this week that are flipping amazing. On our Goodreads that you should read.
Nothing the same.
So we got 6 books that are tip tier, top level. Yes. These, if you have the funds, add these to your list. I want you to start though.
Oh, that's toughy. All right, so DC's got this running series of one-shots called One Bad Day. And like the first one was so ridiculously good.
So good.
Tom King, Riddler, scary Riddler. And this one is Penguin. So we got the creative team. We've got John Ridley writing, Giuseppe Camicoli doing the layouts and covers, Cam Smith the finishes, Arif dyslexia, Priento colors. So this is a weird one for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I don't. All right. So the first one with Riddler was basically the moment that made him who he is.
Sure.
And that was like the one bad day, the concept. I don't quite know. It's a really, really fun story. I just don't know how it is one bad day other than the fact it takes place within 24 hours.
Interesting.
But it's Penguin. His first appearance of Umbrella Man.
Hero, villain? What are we... Okay.
Chalk outline.
Got you.
And it's a story about Penguin launching an assault to get his criminal empire back and how he becomes at peace with the bestial part of his personality.
Okay.
So I mean it's really, really good.
Yeah.
it was weird to me in that I don't know why it wasn't
how it fits into that context. Okay.
Yeah, why not just make it an issue of Batman?
Right.
But you'll happily when you read it, you'll dig it. It was just a weird one from.
I get that. I literally haven't read any more of those because the Riddler one was such a high bar.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
I was just afraid. Like, I really haven't.
It's almost a disservice.
Yeah.
To every other issue coming out, 'cause you're comparing it to that.
You're not going to be that one, so I don't.
So,
yeah. Maybe with some distance, I will try those out because I didn't do the Two-Face one.
Two-Face was really solid, also.
So but I was like,
it's not.
Is it
Riddler? Where I'm now afraid of the Riddler. Like in real life, like I'm someone like sends me like an email with like, oh, riddle me this. No,
I'm curious, how much would a signed copy of that book go for if it's signed by Tom King? What do you think?
I don't know.
Would you want one?
Maybe, yeah.
I have one.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll keep the DC train going. Nightwing number 97. Again, these covers, like, just give the Eisner right now. Like, I know they just won the Eisner for this series.
Yeah.
Give them the Eisner again. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead, because look at this. This artistry is freaking amazing. Okay, so we've got Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo as the creative team, and then Geraldo Borges on pencil and inks for 8 through 16. Kyle Philippi on inks in general. Adrano Lucas on colors, and Wes Abbott on letters. Yes, just pick this up. Like, the reason why this isn't on the must read is because the must reads are that good. Yeah. But it could be, it would be, should be. It's a good read you should read. Like, there's just I don't even know what to tell you. What we're looking at, Boss Maroney, who is in custody, just knew, like, he was like, look, you can't touch me. Like, matter of fact, just the fact that you even arrested me right now, I'm gonna have you dead tomorrow. They're like, are you threatening a commissioner? He's like, absolutely, because I'm gonna tell you what the law is. Blockbuster's law around here. That's who I answer to, and you got to get dealt with. And they're like, by the way, Blockbuster's dead. And he's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, it's totally Netflixed, and this is what's going down. So you can either turn states, or we can just put you outside and see what happens. You tell me how you want to get down. You realize how deep, like, everything, the corruption, nobody, like, there's no real entity that is safe. It is ridiculous. Yeah. From Bloodhaven to Gotham, y'all are some messed up people. But we got some protection from on high, and that's all I'm gonna say. But it's good times.
Nightwing, the last few years, has been consistently in that conversation of if it is not the best Bat title, it's in that in that range.
It's in the conversation. And I'm arguing he is out Batmaning Batman right now with the way that he's doing things. So don't take it up with me. Blame Tom Taylor. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Sticking with the letter T.
Yes.
Trve Kvlt number 3. Alrighty. So this is the story of how a person who's interviewing for a job at like a Burger King type thing, and the manager get wrapped up in a criminal conspiracy led by a group of, we'll say, Satanists.
Okay, that's one does.
To take out the leader of their church because they think they're criminal masterminds. They're not criminal masterminds by any stretch of imagination. They just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's bad.
And now they have to kill this person. Yeah. So this other person who works at that same place is trying to track him down. And it is just over the top stupidity where, like, the bad guys don't really know what's going on. They think that these people have been gifted to them by Lucifer to do this, and these people are like, we just want to leave and live. Like, that's
all we want, actually.
Yeah. So they go into this. We get into the inner functions and how this particular this temple, this church operates, and it is hysterical. And the way it's rendered, the way the actualization process is just amazing. Leanna was the artist on that one, right? It's sorry, I apologize. All right, so we've got Scott Bryan Wilson, writer and co-creator, Leanna Kangas, artist and co-creator. Amazing job, y'all. And the way they render that whole thing is fantastic. Whoever came up with the idea to put the little trademark symbol in some of the lettering boxes while stuff is being discussed, it's amazing. It is just an amazing sight gag, and I absolutely love it. And I don't,
is that a DeLuca effect? Wait. Turn back.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
That whole sequence. They're having to walk someplace, and the way that it is drawn and the conversation they're having is amazeballs.
Gotta love it.
And I'm that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Really good. It's only up to issue 3.
Wait. Show that cover one more time.
Oh
no, just the cover. Just the cover. This cover. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
All right. So you see the cover design, the color scheme of it. I'm gonna take that and flip it. And we're gonna talk Above Snakes. I don't know how. Did you see that? Like it's
color coordinated.
That's amazing. Okay, Above Snakes number 4. Sean Lewis, Hayden Sherman. We know this is a bloody spiritual tale of revenge. Move over, Kill Bill, because you've never seen anyone more upset. At the death of a loved one. So this penultimate issue. Okay, the next issue is the end, and
dang it,
I mean, we're talking crescendos here. Catching up to folks, like, I mean, the battleground where this is and the sentimental value of it.
Oh, nice.
Like crazy. I mean, again, when I say Kill Bill, move over. There's massacres at churches, and it's brilliant. There talks of weddings, and
Hayden's art is ridiculous.
It lives. It like literally breathes here on the page. It is so flippin' fantastic. I love it. Big shout out to Hassan for doing the letters as well. But yeah, like we find out like this guy, yeah, he's not just a storyteller. He has purpose.
Really?
He, in fact, is you didn't know, and then you find out, and you're like, wait, no, you were just talking. No, he wasn't. He was not just talking.
That's
crazy.
He's
Part of the story the whole time, and you didn't realize it.
Oh my gosh,
Darkness. But it's such a good book.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah, dude, it's I don't know, a spiritual. I don't even want to call it supernatural. Spiritual Western is the vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to qualify it, and that you should read it. Okay, so just do that. It's 4 issues. You'll love it. Soon to be collected in trade, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So yeah, by Christmas, I would imagine. Yeah.
All right. Also from Image Comics, 10,000 Black Feathers number 2. All right. So the first issue, we meet a young woman who has
that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. This art. All right. So Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, and Dave Stewart. Same. It's beautiful.
Gotta love them.
The colors are amazing. The way the color choices between the real world and the imaginary world, which I'm not even sure is the right qualifiers.
Sure.
All right. So this young lady leaves her hometown after the disappearance of one of her friends, and she's now back in town, and she's trying to make things right in her own way and trying to find her friend. And there was a supernatural aspect.
Okay.
And there are 2 different realms, I think. But that doesn't give anything away. Because there's also this disappearance, but then there's the coming of age, where they both met when they were freshmen in high school. And they're working, they have similar interests, and they're kind of like building their own creative collective. And then as people grow up, they meet different friends, and they go different directions. Yeah. And we're seeing the strain on this friendship happen. Wow. And how that plays into the mystery of where she went to. Where Jack went to. It is really, really gorgeous. The art is amazing. The color is amazing. And it's got this...
It looks very dramatic.
It does. And it fits. There's this very, very heavy vibe. And the more we find out about it, it's really, really good. Only up to issue 2. If you missed number 1, second prints for number 1 also hit the shelves this week.
There you go. I like it. All right. Jumping over to Scout Comics, Forever Forward, the whole squad here. Zach Kaplan, Ahuna Sassini, Brad Simpson, Jim Campbell. Y'all are rocking right now. Okay, so we got my man who created this time travel device, right? In doing so, trying to test it out because the company's literally going to pull funding, he activates this thing just as potentially Russian soldiers are invading in order to try to get this particular stuff. The way this thing works, though, it jumps forward 33 years at a time. So when they land 2088 at the time, there's some badness happening. We're talking hurricanes, tornadoes on the West Coast, though, in places that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not at all. So to narrowly escape, what do they figure they need to do? Keep jumping forward. Because they saw the note on the wall that said, hey, this is what you need to do. Because they jumped 33 years already to 2055, saw what they needed to do. So that's what they were doing. So in this one, we cover nearly 100 years. Okay. So we go ultimately 99 years in the future. At a certain point, then we get to another point that, oh God. Let's see. How do we want to say this without spoiling anything? The future isn't always the bright, shiny citadel of technology and things that we think. I mean, there are some cool things, like we have some of those, which is awesome. This idea of what I'm calling the repurposing of a phone of some sort is awesome. But still some stuff missing. And clearly by way of getting to this point where we leave things, the future has been evolved, but we may not be the beings on top of the food chain any longer. And interesting. It's one of those things where the recollection, history, knowledge of what he has done may have been recorded, and so they know who he is, and that becomes a targeting piece as well. So this is just issue 2. So literally, like, you're talking so much character building, so much world building, all happens between these first 2 issues. It's fantastic. You get this lovely workaholic who has this opportunity, takes advantage of it, and puts all of his friends at risk, as geniuses sometimes do. And time hijinks, future stuff, robots.
Good stuff.
The goodness. So again, if you have a few extra dollars and you want to add to your read pile, highly suggest these. These are good reads you should read. But if you only have a limited amount of dollarage and you're going to the comic shop, these are our must-reads.
The must-reads.
Have them. And luckily, this week, all 3 of ours are the same. So, let's... Where do you want to go?
Do we continue the Kaplan train?
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's Zach cap it up. From Vault.
Yes.
Mindset. Issue 4. Zach, you are a monster. Okay? Like, monster.
And John Pearson.
Brilliant.
You're
absolutely brilliant.
David Mackian
like
art style is
Dave McKean. I'm gonna go Dave McKean on that one. Although I do see some Mac in it. Like, it's like the perfect hodgepodge.
It's
like if Dave
diagram.
Mac, is it Dave McKean? Yeah, it's Dave McKean. And then Bill Sienkiewicz had a baby. Like, boom. Okay, so
if you haven't been reading it,
like
there's these people, these tech geniuses that come up with, they accidentally stumble upon
super accidentally
a way to manipulate light and sound.
Yes,
that basically is mind control.
Yes,
and they want to initially do something that will better mankind with it. They're going to create an app.
Great intentions.
That will do this.
Free you from influence.
And at the end of the first issue, we find out that one of the was it 5 initially people, that part of this is being held on murder charges for one of the other people. So that's where it kicks off.
Now we're kicking back up.
Is this Philip K. Dick meets
Fight Club borderline?
Because of the mind control aspect of this, are any of the characters' perceptions
theirs? Is it real?
Yeah.
That's the question. So where we are now, the world is taking this app by storm. Like, it is effective. It is working.
Yeah.
It is doing the things. But the problem is by doing the thing, it is becoming the thing that they didn't want it to be to begin with. And
it's going full Anakin Skywalker.
Like hardcore. And Ben he's the face of this thing. He's the, showcase genius of this idea, this concept.
The heart and soul.
Like, literally. And he's become this celeb of sorts, traveling the world on all the talk shows. And I feel like she is not the sweet pea that
Yeah.
we want her to be.
Yeah.
Because I wanted, like, she's, okay, so he meets this girl, Atlanta, what was that, issue 2, issue 3, whatever. Meets her, she's kind of this, I don't know, streetwise, knows how to get in the room kind of girl, and somehow, through chance, circumstance, opportunity, has maneuvered her way to be something important to Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust.
I don't either.
I don't trust.
I don't either.
I don't trust anyone in the. All right. So Ben is trying to keep this thing. Obviously, the app has to be monetized,
right?
Obviously, and he's trying to figure out how do you
ethically do that?
Yeah, because you're just choosing a different group of people to manipulate, and it's that whole tug of war between him and the other app creators, and
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's such a dangerous concept,
especially what he finds at the end of this.
Yes. Oh my God, what he finds at the end that's game changing, and this is okay. Weirdly enough, like in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, they made movies that would be like stuff like this, and you're like, oh my God, that can never happen.
I'm like
that's yesterday. So Mindset is such a brilliant thing because it plays on the social media fears that I don't even think we're wise enough to recognize that this is a real occurrence. Like this is something that we should really be worried about.
And the art keeps us on our toes, and gives hints at like this certain section is mysterious. This certain section is it really taking place in reality or in someone's imagination or memory?
Right.
It's just this book is so.
Yeah, John has done a phenomenal job of making sure that there's a visceral feeling to the art where you're not just following the story, but there's pieces that are suggesting how characters truly feel, innately feel. That's not what the words are, what the actions are, but it's the way that they're presenting. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And Vault, all their stuff is trip cover returnable. So
come on.
Because it's going to disappear. I could see this optioned
immediately.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised it's not.
Yeah.
What channel? Because I don't feel like it should be a movie.
Yeah.
It should definitely be a show.
Yeah.
What channel would do Mindset best?
Ooh, if it has to be base cable, AMC. Just
I can agree with
what they've accomplished with early
that.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. Do you think FX would be a good home?
That would be another interesting one.
All right.
So yeah, those two, and then Showtime or HBO always are up there.
But I think that's for commercial value. But in terms of the artistry, I think like those would be solid spots. So AMC, FX,
just write the check.
Come on, stop playing. Call them up. Tell them find out what they need. Give it to them, and then do the show. It'd be fantastic. Which one do you want to go for?
This one, it has some sadness to it.
Yeah.
But is overall happy.
Yes.
This one is
darkness.
Just like
it's darkness. So do you want to end on a happy note? Or do you want to end on true darkness?
Happy?
You want to end on happy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that. I have no complaints, no gripes whatsoever. DCeased, War of the Undead Gods, 3 of 8. Tom Taylor back again. Trevor Hairsine, Andy Lanning, Rain Barretto.
Just one of those books that hits like every person that's a member of the creative team is doing their job perfectly.
This is messed up. Okay, so the DCeased world, right? I mean, at this point, you got to call it that.
Yeah.
Is affecting the entire DC landscape.
Yeah.
We're still seeing places that have not been touched.
Yeah.
Ironically, right? Because this is what the 4th, 5th volume of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we're still finding new locations, places, spaces, people untouched or seemingly untouched.
Yeah. That's the saddest touch in this one. Not that there haven't been other saddest touches.
But this is so messed up.
It's like The Bachelor, like the most traumatic rose ceremony ever. But this one really sucks. Like
completely. Okay, so to a degree, I don't want to say like the story pauses in terms of its momentum, but what we're seeing are other players.
Yes. Someone that like is a heavy hitter.
Heavy hitter.
Like we hadn't seen him yet
at all,
and it makes sense.
When they get involved, that's going to be sticky,
right,
for a lot of folks.
There's 2 other extraterrestrial races, that
had not been involved in this.
Yeah,
I mean, well, we've seen representation of one, but
not
all, right? And then when the call goes out, man, like to be a Green Lantern and to get that message, that's spooky. Yeah, it's horrific.
And when you get this dude like freaked out,
now I don't know who this is. I had to look it up, and I didn't. It's not registering as a thing. So is this new? Is this a new character?
I'm not familiar with it as a DC character. I know it's a Magic card.
Oh,
yeah, actually,
is it really?
Yeah, but but it just this picture just looks
horrific.
Yeah.
Okay. Like take all the worst parts of Dark Knight, Metal, Black Dimension. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
Like it's worse than that.
It would make Darkseid wet his bed.
It did make Darkseid wet his bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is terrifying. And you're right. Like the guy that makes the call that says, "Hey, we need to rally up."
Yeah. Just as epic as when Metron was like, "I'm leaving
and I'm done." Deuces, y'all figure it out. Like insanity.
Because it's such a like the concept of the anti-life equation and undeath, that they're zombies, but they're not like brains. They just hate life.
Yes.
So much, and they spread this undeath.
That's it.
That even Darkseid has succumbed to it, which is
that's scary. But I did appreciate the one that was like, "How come you're not? You didn't?" And he's like, "Oh, I can do that. Let me show you."
Yeah.
Such a great response.
Yeah.
That's you'll get it when you read it because you should read it.
Jason Momoa should as awesome of a job as Jason has done
wrong.
as Aquaman.
Go ahead, say it.
Jason totally should have played that character.
Played him.
And I'm not saying what character it is because you're going to read it. And I'm going to no spoils.
But you will know. You get there and go,
yeah. Who didn't think of that? Who didn't?
It's true. Okay. There's like he's fun.
Yeah.
But in terms of miscasting, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Totally miscast. So. All right. So ending on a brighter note, World's Finest, number 8, Mark Waid, Dan Mora, Tamara Bonvillain. Yeah,
it's such a fun book.
It's so fun, and the thread is so stupid.
Yeah,
like on it, it's not stupid. Right. It's not stupid.
But like it's a Silver Age thread.
It's such a Silver Age thread. Yeah. It's so Silver Age that it's stupid. Like that's the thing. You're like, that's not even real. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is a real phenomenon.
It is a real thing,
and the use of it is so perfect. Just okay. So, as it says here, the new dynamic duo. We were introduced to a young man in the last issue who has some strange new powers.
Yes.
That he's trying to figure out. God, that opening sequence.
Yeah.
So fun. So fun.
The copter.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, like this is pure magic of a thing. Okay, what can we say? There is a classic DC villain.
Yes.
Super classic. Pulling a great heist caper. Hostage situation, if you will. And on paper, fundamentally sound.
Yes.
Like, yes. You'd be hard pressed to be like, well, that wouldn't work. No, it makes perfect sense. This new inclusion of help, though, is the Tide Turner. Something that no one could have accounted for because this kid is totally new.
Yeah.
But as he's called, Boy Thunder, so funny.
Yeah.
Is still trying to figure out so much of himself.
Yeah.
And it's breathtaking. It really is. I have to admit, my favorite part though is the inclusion of this guy.
Yeah.
just because they're playing around with just showcasing people that
they don't.
They are great.
Yeah.
Like, please don't forget, like, these guys held it down for decades as premier heroes. Don't get it twisted.
And the character has the financing. He has the technology. He has the
brilliance.
He would totally be the person that you would bring in
without question.
And the group of characters mentoring this
so good
ingenue is like she totally would be able to like
1,000,000%.
Yeah,
be like, hey, I get it. Just everyone all around. They're all the things that make this great. Like, it's like everybody. Superman.
Yeah, this is like a team book that you don't realize is a team book because you're not. Mark Waid just absolutely weaving these characters in and out, managing the generational aspects of these characters with their power levels and the threats that they're facing.
Super cool. Super duper cool.
Oh, and that dude at the end.
Oh, like, what does he have to do with any of this?
Right?
And that's bad because he has anything to do with any of this. Like, there's nothing good that can come of that. I know Dan Mora had such a good time drawing that. Like, you can feel it.
That
just looking at that panel.
It almost, I almost wonder if it was a victim of page count. Like, would that have been a really cool page turn reveal at the end? Like, make that that
big splash page, and you're like, we don't have time.
Because it is so. Make it a poster.
Yeah,
like
God,
DC,
yes.
you don't make posters at local comic shop accessible levels.
That would be great, please, and thank you.
This is just so much. It's so much fun. It really is just this entertaining breath of fresh air, issue after issue after issue, that takes me back to when I was a kid. Like, not that I'm like 47, so it's
you're a kid somewhere.
Yeah, and it just really is the way it's almost an entire story in each issue, where you don't necessarily need the previous issue. It helps to have the previous issue, but you can just pick this up off the rack and just
enjoy it, literally. So super dope.
Yeah,
super dope. Oh, such a good one. So yeah, there you go. Must reads. We've read, we've reviewed, we recommended. This is what you should be picking up this week. These are your musts. Yes. Okay, if you got limited dollars, you got to walk out with these. If you got some extras, good reads you should read. That's what we do here for you guys, and we hope that you like it. In fact, if you do, show us by clicking the thumbs up, because we need that in our life.
Yep, lets the algorithms know that other people want to watch us.
Exactly.
And we do this every week.
So
hit the subscription, hit the bell, and then go to your settings and say,
every week,
notify us.
Because we'll be there in your inbox. We'll just drop in. We'll just be like, hey, hello. We brought you cake. Not cake, comics.
Yes.
It's really what we focus on.
And scroll down because we'll have the link to the ticket for the Black Adam showing.
Actually, no, because that's actually capped.
Oh, is it capped?
Yeah, it's totally capped now. I mean, I guess you could email me. I technically have like a couple. So if you email me or message me at Vantage In House, maybe I can get you in. Wow. But the link won't do it anymore because the link's like, nah, son, we shut it down. I tried to tell you. Hopefully next time you'll jump in. Because again, next time, first dibs on Black Panther. I wonder what I'll be able to give first dibs on for the Black Panther one. Ooh. What movies are coming out? I don't know. Do you know? 2023. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah. Till next time. See you guys.